Hey there everybody, today I'll be talking about the top 5 worst episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 2, in my opinion. Now, this was semi-hard to do because, well, even the worst I've seen does have some good in it, except for one which is a burn in my existence. Just remember, this is my opinion, so if you like any of these episodes, including the one that's bane in my existence, then that is fine. I don't care, okay? Everybody has opinions. So, let's get started. Oh man. Number 5. Putting your hoof down. Okay, this episode is not that bad. In fact, it does reach the quality of a good episode. I love how it's paced with Fluttershy becoming more able to handle herself thanks to the lessons of given by Iron Will, which really is like Mr. T, and that is awesome.
But I pity the fool who doubts Iron Will's methods.
And the fact that she's getting some help being self-sorted and less of the shy personality we are used to is a welcome change and adds to her character. But however, there are 2 things I can't stand in this episode. First is the mean overtones. I really hate it when an episode writer just makes everybody mean just so Fluttershy could have an excuse for her to use what she learned. This is the reason why people say Merryweather is the worst writer, because of how she used a very unsettling tone that doesn't fit in the show's favor. It's apparent here, Mare-de-Well, Heartwarming Eve, even if I love that episode, Wonderbolt's Academy, which I like, and pretty much every episode she has written. It's something that leaves most bronies a bad taste in their mouths. Ugh. The other is at the end, they say that it's because the teacher's fault for the things that she did, and I was like, what the fuck, Mary? I'm sorry, but you cannot just blame it on your teacher because you used their lessons which worked. That is your fault. I mean, seriously, that's like if someone teach you how to use a gun. I mean, I grab the gun, I shoot somebody with it. Ah, you son of a bitch. That will be my fault. But no, according to this episode, it's my teacher's fault. Yeah, blame on the teachers. So overall, I could say that this is a guilty pleasure, but has to be here because of the writing and how the moral is used. But it is good, entertaining episode that I could say. Number 4. The Mysterious Mare-de-Well. This episode has to be the most hated among the Brony community, and I can see why. It has bad writing, the characters act so out of place, Rainbow Dash is at her worst here, saving people's now a game, mean-spirited and overtone up the ass, and shows all the negative aspects of Merryweather as a writer. And to top it all off, the more is spoon-shoved into our faces saying fuck you to the viewers out there. This episode is just that bad for a number of reasons, so why the hell is it only at number 4 if this has everything that fits in the number 1 spot? Well, it's because we know the episode is bad, and plus I've seen this on way too many lists of worst episodes of MLP. Plus Mary, who is a friend I know from Skype, made some good points here and there on why this episode doesn't deserve the hate it gets. By this point, I know how bad it is, but now all I can do is just laugh at it. Plus, it does have some charm, as I love the comic book hero reference that the Mare-de-Well brings, along with the references of the Batman the Animated Series, which shows that MLP is not just for little girls. So overall, this episode's bad, but however we know that, which is why it's low on the list, and the fact that my friend did convince me that it's enjoyable at times is also another good reason why this is not high on the list. Number 3. Mystery on the Friendship Express. I was really hoping this would be on my best list, but sadly it didn't even make it. Now this has to be the most cliche detective mystery story I have ever seen. The story revolves around someone messing with the cake, so they have to find out who done it, and boy did I knew from the very start. They didn't even try to hide it. I knew it was Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity because everybody else couldn't work if they are the ones, and if it did, then this would have been my number 1 worst episode. Or second, considering a certain episode. Amy Keenan, let me give you some advice. If you make a mystery story, don't make it simple. Try to have some sense so that the audience don't figure it out in the first 5 minutes of this. It kind of reminds me on how kids shows tend to get when they do a mystery story, being that it's very simple. However, there are some good stuff. For one, I really love the media references. Those are really clever and I never thought they would be able to put those in this show. The other is that the characters really stay in touch on what they are throughout the episode, and that's what I like. Consistency. Overall, this episode's okay, but it could have been better. Number 2. It's about time. Talk about disappointment! When I first heard of this episode, I was expecting a good episode with time travel. And considering this is M.A. Larson, I have my reasons. But all my hopes are crushed when they air this, but not as much as the next one, which I can't fucking say! You did get her. Just save it when you get there, okay? Just save it when you get there. Okay, what makes this episode bad to me is that they degrade Twilight into a dumbass! Just so the plot can move forward by her mistakes! She doesn't even know that her mistakes are the reason she ended up this way! Oh yeah, and the plot is so fucking predictable that it makes my brains mush! My god, how can they screw this up so badly? But it just goes to show that every great writer has to have their faults. But it's not all bad, as it did have one thing I like, and it's solid Twilight Sparkle! Just that alone is the reason why it's not number 1. Overall, it's a disappointing piece of crap episode, but not as much as my next choice. Oh god. Number 1. Hearts and Hooves Day. Oh my god, seriously, they raped Big Man's character and ruined Shirley's development! Seriously, what the fuck? Oh, fuck! Sorry about that. Dear Lord, this episode is the biggest piece of crap I have seen in my entire run of season 2! And I have my reasons! First, the CMC are at their worst in this one. They act really selfish and they are just poorly written in this episode. I hate the song they sing as it just says a message of judging people by their looks and their personality.
Too short, too tall, too clean, too smelly. You're strangely obsessed with tubs of jelly.
Yeah, a perfect message for the kids, you little shits. Then the plot moves on to them using the love potion on the 2 characters and we got the annoying baby lovey-dovey talk.
You're my cutie patootie lovey-dovey honey bunny.
You're my hearty smarty smoochy woochy baby waiting.
My god, is it annoying! Why does people find this funny as I never chuckle once at the joke it gets out? And that's another problem, the humor! Basically all the jokes fall flat as they have no effort put into them. Also, here's another problem. Why the hell is this a CMC episode? This is a problem as it's obvious of who the main characters really are. Why isn't this Big Mac episode about him falling in love with Cheerly? That would have been the perfect way of developing their characters. This pisses me off so much that I wonder why people praise this episode. It seems that me, Music Man, and Stabber Skunk are the only ones who said this episode is awful. Now, I did get a comment saying that it was meant to be that way, as it's parodying things that we hate in cartoons, and to that I have one thing to say. Bullshit! If it was meant as a parody, then it's not a good one. Megan did not do anything other than the fact of just throwing it in there to keep the kids entertained, which falls in the lightsaber syndrome, which Sam said,
throw as much flashy shit on the screen as you possibly can to get kids to laugh and clap their hands.
This also just reminds me of the spoof movies, and I thought I was never going to say that. Is there anything that is good? Nope, I can't find anything to enjoy here, which is why Hearts and Hooves Day is the most overrated and worst episode I have seen so far. And if there is ever any episode that show all the negative aspects of a writer, then this is the episode to represent it. I don't know what I expect in the future seasons, but I hope nothing can top this. That was a mouthful. Look, you're entitled to your own opinion, so like any episode that you want, okay? These are just my opinions, and that is it. It's not fact, okay? Well, that's all I have to say here, and until next time, see you guys later. And the next will be the top 12 episodes of My Little Pony Princess Magic Season 3, so expect that to come soon.